a lot of you guys asked me about the energy mixer, and so I wanted to do a quick little video to show you all how they work. They're so super simple. But before I get started, I shall warn you that I've been trying to make this video for you all for about a week, but we're potty training, and so it's loud at my house, and we get unexpected interruptions a lot. So I'm just decided that I'm going to do it right now, and if we get an unexpected interruption, it just is what it is. It just shows all of you that if I can do this, anybody that's watching this can do this. But an energy mixer, so I hope you guys are excited about it. We have an awesome incentive. This is your tracker. I sent this to you guys in the group message, so I hope you all got it. Just ignore the fact that it says beach towel right here. They don't have beach towels anymore, so I switched it to a t-shirt. So this is beach towels, what we did last year, but we're going to do t-shirts this year. So this is your tracker. This is how you're going to keep up with your energy mixers. So this will show you get 1 point if you yourself hold an energy mixer. You get 2 points if you hold a mixer for someone in your downline that's not a pin earner. So for instance, I can't go do an energy mixer for Casey Wisman, who's a silver leader. I don't get a point for that. She has to do one for someone in her downline who is not a silver leader or above, and she'll get a point for that. You also get 3 points for hitting 3K every pay period. We love rewarding you for hitting 3K because that shows us that you have a thriving, growing business. So all you're going to do is you're going to put all of those here on your little tracker. You're going to put the action. So if you held one for someone, if you held one for yourself, or you hit 3K and put the point value at your mixer, I want you to take a picture of your mixer. So take a picture of, it doesn't matter, the back of people's heads, whatever. Just make sure that you have a picture. And so when you submit your tracker, you're going to submit the pictures too. So that's how we know that those mixers did happen. The other thing that I want to show you, a couple of things I'm going to send you guys. This is the 2013 income disclosure. So what you want to do is you want to have at your mixer a little energy pack. It's right here on my board, but it's called an energy pack. So you just want to have a little folder, a cheap little manila folder, whatever. And inside that energy pack, you're going to print out this 2013 income disclosure. And all this does is it shows people what the total average income is for the different leaders in Advocare. The other thing that you're going to put in there is you're going to print out the 4 relationships. Again, I'll send all of this to you to make sure that you have it, but it can all be found under the Files tab on Live on Purpose. But this is the 4 relationships, so you want to make sure that you have that in there because you're going to talk about that. And then you want to have this order form. So this shows the good, better, best bundles. So we're going to have to update this before I send it back to you because I realized that our Spark flavors have changed since we've done this. So I'll send all this to you guys today. Make sure that you have it. But this is what you're going to use for your mixer. So what I do is energy mixers are really simple. I think sometimes we overcomplicate things, think we have to have a big presentation or whatever, but I've really started doing mixers with my Impact magazine and no presentation, and they're awesome. They work so much better, so much more duplicatable than trying to worry about having a presentation, because that way you don't even have to worry about whether or not you have access to a TV or computer or anything. So this whiteboard I got at Staples for like, I don't know, 20 or 30 bucks. Was not expensive at all, but I've used it a lot. On the back side it has the little flip chart, you know, with paper that you can peel off and stick. So it'll come in handy for your growing business. But this is what you're going to use for your mixer. That's what I use. You do it how you want to. But basically, you just want to write at the top what to expect. It's because you want to let people know from the very beginning exactly what to expect from the 30, 45 minutes that they're going to spend with you. So, you know, I would just say, I just want to be a really good steward of your time. I want to let you know up front that this is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how to energize your body and your mind, and we're going to talk about how to energize your bank account. Raise your hand if that's of interest to you, because I don't know a single person in my sphere of influence that does not need more energy, better, you know, mind energy, and to energize their bank account. Everyone needs that. So here I've got these little energy packs, and I'm going to hold on to these, but I want you to know that I'm going to give this to you before you leave. This has some information that we'll go over before you walk out the door. But I have several good friends who are teachers, and you know what they told me? that if I hand this to you before we get started, you won't pay attention to me because you'll be flipping through what's inside of it. So I'm going to hold on to that, and I'll give it to you before we leave. But know that you're going to leave here with some good info. But the first thing I want to do is I want to tell you a little bit about what AdvoCare is. And so AdvoCare has been around since 1993. It was headquartered in Plano, Texas. But here's the really cool thing about AdvoCare. Yes, it's been around since 1993. And we use the direct sales method for many reasons, and I'll explain that in a second. But the thing I want you guys to really know is this number. 97% of direct sales companies only last about 3 years. So AdvoCare has been around for over 2 decades. I think that says something about this company. So before we get started, I want you to know that. I want you to know that AdvoCare isn't going anywhere and that it's done a lot of things right in order to still be in business. And so what I want you guys to know about this is, you know, AdvoCare started from a guy named Charlie Regis. And the truth about Charlie is he had plenty of money on his own. He really didn't need to go out and start a new business. But he had a really big heart, and he cared about people and their health and their finances. Because what he knew is that if we could get a grip on people's health and finances, that their families were going to get stronger, that their lives were going to get better, and they were going to live a life of purpose. And so that's what he envisioned for all of us and for all of you. And so that's really kind of the gist of AdvoCare. So that's all you want to do. I mean, I totally fumbled about a bazillion times on that. But the truth is, you just want to share a little bit of AdvoCare. If you don't know enough about AdvoCare right now, pull out your Impact Magazine. Like the first 4 or 5 pages will tell you everything you need to know. And if you're not really sure after that, call us. We'll help you. But then you want to talk about the PsyMed board. So this is really just your talking points. So you want to talk a little bit about the PsyMed board. I pick a couple of doctors and hone in on them. What I usually tell them, and you can have your Impact Magazine here, open it up, show them a picture of their pretty faces. But I talk about Dr. Dudrick, and I'll say, you know, this guy right here, he is pretty amazing. When he first started his medical career, he was working for a hospital, and he was young and kind of new, and he kept seeing these people come in the hospital, and they weren't leaving. They were dying. And he asked his boss, he said, what is going on? Why are these people, you know, not surviving whatever it is that was ailing them? And he said, you know, here's the deal, Stanley. They're starving to death. Basically, we can't feed them, and they can't eat. And he said, that is ridiculous. There has to be something that we can do. He said, we've been trying for 400 years to feed people through the veins, and it's impossible. But if you really think you're the man to do it, roll on. Try it. Let's see what happens. Take some time off, and let's figure it out. And so what happened is it took him about 4 years. He only had about 20% of the technology, the hardware that he needed to create it, but he did it. And because of that, because he saw that and he wanted to do more for, you know, sorry, there's screaming happening in my living room, but because he wanted to do more for people and to save lives, you know, he went out and created intravenous feeding, or TPN, total parental nutrition, and over 10 million babies' lives, and that number is from 2 years ago, but over 10 million babies' lives have now been saved because of his vision for the medical field and for advancing the medical field. So I'm totally sidetracked because of the crying. But I love to talk about him, and I love to say the same man that has saved 10 million babies in the U.S. is also the man who created the Spark I'm drinking. And yeah, Mama needs Spark at the end of the day. But he created that same Spark I'm drinking today and the same Spark you're drinking tonight. And so because of that, that's one of the reasons that I chose AdvoCare. Then I go in and I talk about informed choice, because I think it's so important to let people know that, you know, we test our products, that we make sure that they don't have to worry about the safety. We make sure that they are able to, you know, take a drug test and not have to be worried about it. And that is why we have so many amazing endorsers. That's why Drew Brees uses our products. That's why Jason Witten uses our products. Rich Froning uses our products. We have a lot of Olympic athletes who are our endorsers. They use our products because of the safety and knowing that they're safe. We don't just say it. We spend millions of dollars every year to make sure that people know they're safe. And so I really do just kind of hone in on those 3 things. Spend about 5 minutes there. It doesn't take very long. You can talk about any doctor that you want to. If you're not sure about our doctors, go to advocare.com/science and read about them. Pick one that touches your heart. Dr. Pimiento is a cancer research doctor. That is what he does. As a 2-time cancer survivor, I love that. And I often, talk about him too. Dr. Leanne Redmond, her entire platform is, to eliminate childhood obesity by the year 2020. And guess what she says about that? That mothers and wives are the gatekeepers of nutrition for their family. So that set a fire in me because I knew that if I didn't get a grip on what was going in my family's bodies, they were going to pay for it later and it was going to be my fault. And so pick a doctor, go in there and find one that really relates to you, that you can talk about with strength and with heart, because that's what is going to get people's attention, is if they can believe what you're saying. And then I'm going to try to lift this up a little bit. So then we're going to talk about our energy bundles. And so I have these set up. So I will put these somewhere. I'll bring my Spark and my M&S, my Catalyst and ThermoPlus, and I set these up somewhere for display. And so you want to talk about those. These are your energy bundles. So you want to talk about, so we've got several different options for you guys. And so if you're looking for a good option, I'm going to put this down and use this because I can't hardly hold that thing. But if you're looking for a good option, we've got a Spark canister and ThermoPlus. And so basically, and I wrote down here, that's going to help you rev up and shape up. And so then you just want to tell them about what Spark and ThermoPlus do. If you don't know, go to your microsite. Right underneath the product picture, there's a thing called product page. It'll tell you exactly what to say. It tells you exactly what each product does and gives you word choices to use. Only use those. Don't make up your own. Make sure that you're using exactly what Advocare tells us we're allowed to say. The better option is you're going to add Catalyst to that. So it's still Spark, ThermoPlus, but you're adding Catalyst. I love to let people know that Catalyst was created for the 1996 Olympic wrestling team. That's amazing. So here's the deal about Catalyst. All it does is branched-chain amino acids. It goes in and it protects your lean muscle and targets the fat. You want to lose inches? This is your product. The best option is the Spark canister and M&S. So then you just want to talk about M&S E and C. Not 3, guys. E and C. That's where you're going to get the best bang for your buck for energy. And so you can tell them that on a scale of 1 to 10, M&S E is a 10 for energy and about a 7 or 8 for appetite control. And M&S C is a 10 for appetite control and about a 7 or 8 on energy. If they're a little bit worried about the amount of energy or the amount of appetite control and they're not really sure they need that much, that's perfectly fine. Even though it's not part of our best bundle, you can tell them about M&S 3. It's about a 5 or a 6 on both levels for energy and appetite control. So you just want to explain that to them. Just let them know exactly what they're working with. And then the next thing you want to talk about are the 4 relationships. And so what I will say is, guys, what's your comfort level? The thing about Advocare is you get choices. And this is all about you. You are the one that gets to make that choice. And so we have 4 relationships, but really we have 5. Because you may hear everything I'm saying and you may decide that this gig isn't for you. And that's okay. That is perfectly fine. But for me, I knew that I wanted to do this. I knew that I needed this. And so these are your 4 relationships, and you want to show them this and say, if you like to pay full price for things and you just want to shop as a retail customer, you absolutely can. And so I can show you exactly what the cost of everything that you'd like to try is retail. But if you're like me and you like a good discount, because Mama's a Marshall shopper, I love it, then you're going to want to think about doing wholesale customer discount. So you'll sign up the exact same way that you do as number 3 and number 4. But that's your choice what you do with it. And so the thing about a wholesale customer is it's kind of like having a Costco or a Sam's Club membership. You just pay a yearly membership fee. The difference is that where Costco didn't send me anything, Advocare does. For $79 plus tax and shipping, we actually send you $60 worth of products. You get your own little website that you'll log into whenever you want to and shop at a discount anywhere from 20 to 30%. And that is awesome, and it'll save you a lot of money. But if you ever decide that you love these products just like I do and you decide you want to share it, then you can. And that's number 3. That's a distributor. And so you can be anywhere from 20 to 40% discount. And then number 4 is what we call advisor. Again, you may decide you don't want to share this with anybody, and that is perfectly fine. You can actually get to the 40%. Yes, I said 40% discount, whether you want to do the business or not. But once you get to that advisor level and you are interested in earning some income, I can help you earn income 5 different ways. And let me tell you about a couple of those ways. So one, we have a $500 rookie bonus that I can help you earn, which is awesome. And then we have overrides. So as you are growing in leadership, because really Advocare is just a leadership company, I can help you earn some overrides, which is residual income. But really where it gets really exciting, because I did say we're a leadership company, we have leadership bonus schedule. And I'm going to show you this. I'm going to send you home with this. But what I love to say is to pick your color. Because with Advocare, you can do anything you want to do. You can be anywhere on this chart that you want to be. And when I started 1 year ago with the business, or a year and a half ago, we picked this green color. And guess what happened? We hit this green color in 14 months. And that made Mama happy, because guess what else? My husband got to leave his full-time job and come home and do Advocare with me. So yes, my kids are in that living room screaming. About 2 of them are hungry and the other one's trying to potty train. And that's happening. But I'm able to sit here and talk to you guys because he's home. And I don't have to worry about him being gone 14 hours a day and leaving at 2 in the morning anymore. And so that's what you want to do. Hit home. Pick a color. Tell them why you're picking a color. Tell them what you're doing. And send them home with this. Make sure you do say that this is average income, because some people earn more, some people earn less, and it just is what it is. It depends on how hard you work. And so that's what you want to do, guys. It's really easy. One of the things that we want to do at the end to make it fun is we want to ask them. So down here, if you can see, I wrote $500, asking game, and Advocare blueprint. And so what you want to do is this. You want to ask them, if I handed you $500 right now, what would you do with it? And then just let people go around the room. When I did this last year, I had people tell me pay off student loans, pay off debt, credit cards, pay for vacation, go to the grocery store and not have to worry about what they're buying. So just, ask that question. If people are not responding, start it. Say, if I had $500 right now, this is what I would do. This is where I would go. This is what I would do with it. This is how I'd use it. So get people thinking. Get people thinking. The asking game is in this energy bundle pack. This is when you're going to hand it to them, okay? And you're going to tell them, I put a blank piece of paper in there. And what I want you to do is I want you to make 3 columns. And I want you to make a list of, in one column, people who need weight loss, okay? The next column, I want you to name every single person that you can think of who could use some energy. And then the next column, I want you to think of people who you know who could use some extra money. Maybe people who you've seen complaining on Facebook about any of those things. Maybe people who you know who are working multiple jobs. You know people who could really use this. But don't box yourself in and don't think for people. If I had looked around in my circle of influence and my circle of friends and thought about the people who are business builders on my team right now, there are several that I would have never thought of, because they have nice cars, they have nice jobs, they have a nice house. But the truth is, with all that stuff comes debt. And so people are so used to thinking that having debt is okay, and it's not. Jared and I really, last year, were able to finally make ends meet. We were in so much debt that it was scary. But we were able to make ends meet, and in January, we started hustling. We paid off a little bit of debt last year. We really started hitting it hard this year. And so far, we have paid off $24,000 worth of debt with Advocare. That is huge. That is opening up so many doors for us that you cannot imagine. So don't think for people, because who would have ever thought that Carrie Wynn had a $900-something a month student loan payment? That's a mortgage, you guys. Guess what she's doing? She is using Advocare and Debt Buster, and she and Derek are knocking that debt out. And so that is what you can do too, and that is what you can help other people do. So you want to help them make that list. And you want to use examples. Use my example. Use Carrie's example. Heather Peel is rocking it out. She has paid off, I think, about 7 credit cards. We can ask her for sure. She's paying for a vacation with cash. She was able to pay way in advance for her daughter's braces instead of having to worry each month about how they were going to be able to make that payment for her daughter's braces. So, guys, there are lots of things that you can do with Advocare Momentum Money. It doesn't have to be bring your husband home. You got a car? Let's pay it off. You got a house? Let's pay it off. Whatever it is, but help people to think. Help people to see past that box that we box ourselves into that is normal for the U.S., because it's not normal for our house anymore. Everyone else in America may think this is normal, but not us. And so you don't have to be normal either. and you can help other people not be normal. So you want to do that. The thing I didn't tell you is at the very beginning, what we like to do is, let's say you want to have your mixer start at 7 o'clock. Awesome. What you want to have people do is at 6:45, you want to have them come early. I've got some cups sitting here. So you want to have some little small cups, you know, tiny little cups. It can be whatever size cups you want, but small ones. And you want to have several different flavors of Spark for people to try. And so you're sitting out. The key is to make sure they try all the flavors, you all, because if they just try 2 flavors, they only get about 2 ounces of Spark in them, they're going to leave your mixer and say that stuff doesn't work. That is not what you want. You want to make sure that when people leave your mixer, they're going, holy cow, that Spark was amazing and I can't go another day without it. Do you have some I can buy right now? And so you want to make sure that no matter what, they're getting at least 8 ounces of Spark before they leave. So make sure they're trying that Spark, whatever flavors you have out. And so you want to do that at the very beginning. Talk to people, ask questions, use form. F is for family, O is for occupation, R is recreation, and then M is your mixer. Okay, so when you are doing these mixer talks, make sure you're getting to know about people's family, their occupation, and what they like to do for fun, so that when you are doing your mixer, you can talk about them and you can bring them up and engage them and make them part of your mixer. That is so important. So that is really it. That is all there is to it. These mixers are super, super easy. So when you hand them these, make sure you tell them everything that's in here. And you guys are going to rock this out. So let's get some energy mixers on the calendar. When you guys get these scheduled, shoot me a message and let me know when you're having them, okay? Thanks. Bye.